Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
Well, hey there, it's Dolly, and I'm here to give you an update on a few things going on in my life. First, it's concerning my health, and I have some good news and a little bad news. But the good news is I'm responding really well to meds and treatments, and I'm improving every day. Now, the bad news is it's going to take me a little while before I'm up to stage performance level because some of the meds and treatments make me a little bit swimmy-headed, as my grandma used to say. And of course, I can't be dizzy carrying around banjos, guitars, and such on 5-inch heels. And you know that I'm going to be wearing them. Not to mention all those heavy rhinestone outfits, the big hair, my big personality. Lord, that would make anybody swim-headed.
Little did we know, she grandmaed us into believing everything was okay with her health. Hello guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome back to Modi Speaks. Guys, I've been trying to figure out how to talk about this. I just can't seem to. Honestly guys, I'm not sure there's a perfect way to say it than to say it. Dolly Parton is gone. She's dead. And somehow, saying those words still doesn't feel real at all.
Hey everyone, my name is Brian Seaver, son of Cassie Parton, and I'm representing the Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly.
Dolly Parton is gone. She died in August 25th of 2026 and she was 80 years old. Dolly had lived an extraordinary life. She had given the world more music, more laughter, more kindness, and more memories than anybody could ever dream of giving. And still, it hurts that she is no longer with us. When I first heard the news of her passing, I actually felt sick to my stomach. Yes, because Dolly Parton wasn't just a singer to me. She was one of those people who had somehow been there my entire life. Her voice was there, her songs were there, her personality was there. And the funny thing is, I'm not even American, neither are my family, okay? But somehow, Dolly Parton's music was able to cross every border and it found its way into our home in Nigeria. My parents loved her music and I grew up hearing those songs, hearing that beautiful voice of hers and absorbing those stories in her songs without necessarily understanding at the time just how special the person behind them was. So when I heard that she was gone, it did not feel like I was hearing about some distant celebrity. It felt strangely personal, like a little piece of the world I grew up with had suddenly disappeared.
Mom, Dolly Parton died.
Who's that?
What? She died. It's not fun.
If you're lying,
I'm not. I swear on my life. Dolly Parton died.
y'all, I just found out that Dolly Parton has died, and that tears me up.
Dolly Parton just died.
Are you taking the piss? Show me Sky Sports right now.
No, Sky News.
Just got a text that Dolly Parton just died.
Dolly Parton died?
The passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, fully absorbed it as a future reality.
Dolly Parton. Oh, no, not Dolly, not Dolly. Not Dolly. Not Dolly. Wait. Not Dolly. Who? Not Dolly. Who? Get your glasses. Get your glasses. Working 9 to 5 and Dolly. Mom. Oh, Dolly. Oh, my God. That's awful.
It is really sad.
She didn't work in 9 to 5 anymore.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Do you know Dolly Parton passed away?
Oh no.
Yeah, what a legend. But,
She's been quite healthy, you know.
yeah,
and
she was.
lately she has been on show. You know.
But I'm
Even
not.
though anytime BBC make begin to show profile of somebody, you know, like that, you know that there is something. There's something.
Pending. Nah, she lived a good life. You know, yeah. What was one of her biggest songs?
It's with Kenny Rogers now.
Which one?
Island in the Stream.
Oh, I don't know how it goes.
Oh my god. Mom, oh my god. Dolly Parton died.
Dolly Parton's dead?
Yeah, she died.
No! No!
Layla, Dolly Parton died.
What? What happened?
There are certain artists you listen to just because they are entertaining. There are these artists you listen to because their work have become a part of your memories. For me, Dolly Parton was that kind of artist. I hear Jolene, and I remember that unmistakable voice and the raw emotion behind it. This woman made songs that somehow managed to be both deeply personal and universal at the same time. My parents used to play her records, would listen to songs together, and even though we were oceans away from the Tennessee mountains she grew up in, those stories of poverty, faith, family, and rising up through pure grit and talent resonated deeply with us. They made us feel seen and they made us feel hopeful. The American dream of coming from grass and finding yourself in grace as long as you work hard towards it. Now, for those of you who don't know who Dolly Parton was, Dolly Parton was born in 1946 in Tennessee. She was one of 12 children in a poor family in the Smoky Mountains. She did not grow up surrounded by wealth or privilege, but she grew up with family, with faith, with hard work, and with a dream. She started writing songs as a child, and as a teenager, she headed to Nashville, determined to make something out of herself, and she did. Over the course of her career, she became a legendary songwriter, a singer, an actress, producer, and a businesswoman. She created songs that generations would grow up to love, and she became one of the most recognizable people in the whole world. But what I admire most about Dolly is that success never seemed to make her forget where she came from. She carried those humble beginnings with her, and she turned them into something beautiful. She helped build Dollywood theme park and resort and turned her hometown into a place of pride and opportunity. Honestly, I don't think Dolly's greatest achievement was selling records or making music. I don't think it was becoming famous. I don't even think it was creating some of the most amazing, recognizable songs of the last century. I think her greatest achievement was what she did with her success, which is that she gave and she kept giving. One of the most beautiful examples is the Imagination Library. Dolly started it because her father could not read or write, and she understood how deeply literacy could change a child's life. So she created a program that sends free books to children. Millions upon millions of books have gone out into the world because of that idea. Just think about that for a moment, guys. Okay? Hundreds of millions of children who got to hold a book of their own because one woman from the Smoky Mountains decided that literacy mattered. She gave millions to medical research. She helped fund the early work of COVID-19 vaccines, even though I do not trust the COVID vaccines, but I deeply, deeply understood that she was just trying to help. She poured money into disaster relief for her own people after the wildfires in the Smoky Mountains. She supported children's hospitals, children's education, and causes that lifted people up without turning it into a political performance. She just helped. And that is the Dolly Parton that so many of us loved. The one who worked hard, who stayed grounded, and who treated people with respect and believed in giving back more than she took.
I just heard that Dolly Parton passed away, and this strikes me very hard because I felt she was a brilliant woman, so outgoing, so nice. She would come onto the set and say, "Hi, y'all," to every one of the crew members. Everyone loved her. And I don't think people realize what a brilliant mind she had. She was just incredible. I used to call her the pioneer woman that could do everything to survive, and she did. And I remember, this is a crazy story. We were down in Tennessee filming, and when we had a little time off, they took us to a horse farm. And down there, they bred these Tennessee walking horses that high stepping, very, very difficult horse to ride if you don't know what you're doing. So the guy goes, no problem. Get on my favorite gray stallion. So I get on, and he goes, and put Dolly on behind you. I said, is this horse used to like double decker? I don't get it, you know? And he goes, no problem. Now, I've ridden horses all my life, but this thing was gigantic. It's like riding a building. So I said, Dolly, you okay? Sure I am, honey. Go ahead. So I kicked the horse, and it starts moving, prancing. Then all of a sudden, I have to add this. The hoofs are this long. They're not like regular horse hoofs. It's like being on stilts, the horse. That's what gets them to do this. So it taps, taps, taps. Everything is doing well. It sounds beautiful. We look glamorous up there. And then the horse stubs its toe. It trips. And then we start to roll forward. Oh no, it's like everything's going in slow motion. And Dolly goes, are we falling? I go, we are falling. And this horse rolled all the way down, and we cascaded off of it and landed in the grass, and the horse rolled beside us. Oh my God, we would have been a couple of pancakes. But she got up laughing. He goes, let's do that again. Oh God. So being macho, I said, of course, I was just waiting for you to ask. I miss you, Dolly. I love you.
Watching the reactions of people online, ordinary people, celebrities posting the same songs my parents played, sharing the same stories, crying over the loss of this wonderful woman. That is the measure of a life well lived. When strangers on opposite sides of the world feel the same hole in their chest because of a passing of an individual. And there's something powerful about that, guys. In a time when so much tries to divide us, Dolly Parton was one of the rare figures who brought people together. She did not need to lecture, she didn't need to posture, she just showed up as herself, her funny, generous, hardworking, faithful, and full of joy self. She reminded us that you can come from almost nothing and still build something beautiful, that you can be glamorous and still be real, that you can succeed without having to lose your soul, like we see so many people doing in Hollywood today. I keep thinking about how her songs played in my house growing up back in Nigeria. How my parents, who have never set foot in America, talk more of Tennessee, still felt connected to this woman from the mountains. How her music made ordinary days feel a little more special. How it taught us something about resilience and kindness without ever having to preach. I am so grateful she lived a long life. I'm grateful she got to keep creating almost until the end of her life. I'm grateful she was surrounded by people who loved her till the end. But I'm still going to miss her, guys. I'm going to feel that emptiness when I hear Jolene. Come on. And I remember that the singer is no longer with us. So yes, guys, I'm sad. I'm going to miss her. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to miss her too. But I don't want this to be only a sad goodbye. Because if Dolly Parton taught us anything, it is that life should be celebrated for what it gave to the world. And Dolly gave us a lot. She gave us songs, she gave us stories, she gave us laughter, she gave us courage, and she gave many children hope. She gave communities hope. She gave people opportunities. And perhaps, most importantly, guys, she gave us an example of what can happen when talent meets determination, when success meets generosity, when ambition is balanced by humility, when you remember where you came from, and when you use what you've been given to make somebody else's life a little better. So tonight, or whenever you're watching this video, please put on a Dolly Parton song. Play that song of hers that means something to you. Maybe it's Jolene, maybe it's Coat of Many Colors, maybe it's 9 to 5, maybe it could be anything. I will always love you, whatever. Or maybe it is a song that nobody else knows because it belongs to a memory that is entirely yours. Just listen to it, guys. Remember her and be grateful because we were lucky enough to live in a world that had Dolly Parton in it. And now that she's gone, the best way to keep her alive is not simply by mourning her. It is to carry something of her with us. It could be a little more kindness, a little more courage, a little more determination, a little more generosity, a little more hard work, a little more laughter, a little more faith in what one person can accomplish when they set their mind to it. Dolly Parton spent 80 years making the world brighter. And I think that is a pretty extraordinary way to spend a life. So, Dolly, thank you so much. Thank you for all your songs. Thank you for all your funny ways, your funny personality. Thank you for the memories you curated for me and so many others. And thank you for the generosity. Thank you for reminding us that where you begin doesn't have to determine where you end. And thank you for becoming part of the lives of people who were thousands of miles away from the place you called home. My parents loved your music. I grew up with it. I know that I am not the only person who feels this way. You may be gone, but believe me, your voice isn't. Your stories are not gone. And your kindness isn't. Your music is not gone. So rest peacefully, Dolly. You gave the world an incredible amount of yourself. And now the world gets to carry your legacy forward. And just so you know, we will always love you. Thanks for watching.
What about all of this? I wish you